The Australian dream is getting even more expensive as war in the Middle East upends supply chains.
Bricks, flashings, concrete, anything that pretty much comes on a truck and needs to be freighted to site has gone up in price due to the fuel.
No, we've got to get another pallet at the end of the week.
Make sure you cover it up.
Bradley suppliers are bringing in fuel surcharges as the conflict in the Middle East continues.
So it's basically an email sent out saying effective immediately, this is what our new price rise is due to upgoing costs. 1,000 turns into 1,100, 100,000 turns into 110,000. So we sort of have no choice. They have what we want, and if we're not willing to pay the increase, and then they just won't bring it to site.
The last-minute charges are squeezing Bradley's margin on homes that have already been costed.
Basically, we've had to sit down as a group and work out what areas we think that we can go back to the client in and what we're going to have to absorb. We are implementing it into our contracts moving forward. It's a significant cost over the course of a build with no light at the end of the tunnel of when it will finish.
Oil prices are surging as Iran chokes off a crucial delivery route in the Middle East. The United States now threatening to bomb power plants if Tehran doesn't open the Strait of Hormuz. This quarry mines sand for building sites and it uses up to 500 litres of diesel a day.
The last time we had an impact like this was the beginning of COVID. So this current scenario feels a lot like COVID again. We've got this sudden price increase, great deal of uncertainty on supply and also the pricing.
Start rationing the machines out a bit. Yeah.
The company has already brought in emergency fuel surcharges, adding about 5% to the price of a bag of sand.
If we bear the whole cost of the increase in the fuel, it's going to make a massive impact on our profitability. The Treasurer and the government should be considering some kind of emergency response.
Housing bodies like Master Builders are meeting with government.
We're concerned that we're seeing similar patterns of behaviour that were like COVID, where we saw initially surges in levies that then reflected in higher prices. The other big issue is about supply. When you have shipping channels that are being impacted.
Plumbing works are facing significant price hikes and delays, with pipes and other materials that are made from petrochemicals impacted by crude oil shortages as well.
PVC piping is a fundamental need in the building of a new home. Our water pipes, our sewage pipes, almost all of them are made of PVC. So it's really important that we work with industry on this one.
With prices rising and home construction times under threat, there are now fears that this situation could make the federal government's home building targets even more unachievable.
Master Builders Australia is increasingly concerned about our capacity to deliver 1.2 million homes over 5 years.
That was always an aspirational target. It was aspirational because to achieve it, we'd have to build more houses than Australia's built in a single year and do it every year for 5 years.
And there are upside risks for inflation as the Reserve Bank hikes rates.
We've already seen that the costs of new construction have been running at a stronger pace than the overall CPI.
We've got to remember that construction costs increased by 47% over the last 5 years. Our concern that if this conflict is prolonged, we can see that tipping over to the over 50%.
Bradley Vagg is getting more price increases by the day. He says there's only so much that he can handle.
Ultimately, the builders are going to have to allow for these increases and put contingencies into their contracts, which unfortunately gets passed down to the clients.
All of this during an existing housing crisis.